Over 900 goals, 5 Ballon d'Ors, titles across 4 leagues, more international goals than any player in history. Cristiano Ronaldo's rise to football's greatest stage is nothing short of legendary. Yet the fiercest debate in the sport still surrounds his name. To understand why, you have to go back to a hillside home in Madeira and a boy with nothing but the will to escape it. In Santo Antonio, Funchal, that escape began in a tiny, tin-roofed home on Quinta do Falcao. This was one of Madeira's poorest hillside communities, perched 355 meters above the sea. Inside, 6 family members shared a cramped space where resources were constantly stretched. His mother, Maria Dolores, worked 7 days a week cleaning homes, often skipping meals so her children could eat. His father, Jose Diniz, a municipal gardener, took a part-time job as a kit man for Club Andorinha. Here, on the steep, uneven cobblestone streets, the young boy found his sanctuary. Without a real ball, he kicked balls made of rags and plastic bottles, running barefoot up the punishing hills to build strength and balance. Long before scouts, stadiums, or global fame, his mother gave him a simple, enduring charge. Go and show them what a Madeiran can do. At 12 years old, he left Funchal for Sporting CP's academy in Lisbon, enduring intense homesickness and grueling, isolated training. On August 6, 2003, his moment arrived during a pre-season friendly against Manchester United at the Estadio José Alvalade. The 18-year-old winger played with a fearless, mesmerizing intensity, driving Sporting to a 3-1 victory. His explosive pace, sudden step-overs, and creative assists left England's best defenders completely bewildered. In the dressing room, United's players urged their manager to sign the boy. Sir Alex Ferguson agreed instantly, refusing to leave the stadium without securing the signature of the prodigy. Ferguson handed him a note welcoming him to the family. Within days, a transfer was finalized, launching the teenager from Madeira onto the grandest stage of world football. Sir Alex Ferguson handed the teenager the legendary number 7 shirt, a jersey previously worn by George Best, Eric Cantona, and David Beckham. The weight of that legacy forced him to reinvent his entire style of play. Under Ferguson's demanding guidance, the young winger traded flashy step-overs and raw showmanship for ruthless execution. He rebuilt his physical frame in the gym, developing an explosive power that matched his speed. This disciplined grind yielded historic results. He drove Manchester United to 3 consecutive Premier League titles, dominating defenders with a terrifying mix of aerial power and long-range free kicks. In 2008, he rose high into the rainy Moscow sky to score in the Champions League final, securing European glory. At 23 years old, he captured his first Ballon d'Or. The boy who had left Madeira with nothing was now recognized as the absolute best player on earth, proving that structured work ethic could sharpen immense talent into a winning machine. In the summer of 2009, Real Madrid broke the world transfer record with an £80 million bid, unveiling their new superstar before 80,000 screaming fans at the Santiago Bernabeu. This was an entry into football's ultimate pressure cooker. In Spain, he met his permanent rival Lionel Messi, an unforgiving competitive shadow that forced him to recreate his limits. After every El Clasico, club training logs recorded a 12% jump in his sprint repetitions and a 15% rise in his weight training volume. He turned his body into a biological marvel, relying on cryotherapy chambers, ice baths, and a hyper-regulated diet to sustain a 7% body fat ratio. When Carlo Ancelotti shifted him from the wing to a central forward role, his productivity exploded, pushing his average to 1.07 goals per game. He was no longer just a great player, he was an athlete engineered for maximum output. This singular focus secured 4 Champions League titles in 5 years and 4 additional Ballon d'Or trophies. By the time he departed, he had rewritten the history of the world's most glamorous club, standing alone as their all-time leading scorer with 450 goals in just 438 matches. In 2018, at 33 years old, he chose a completely new test, moving to Juventus in Serie A. Italian football demanded defensive discipline and spatial intelligence over raw speed. Under Massimiliano Allegri, he adapted to a structural two-man forward line, learning to drop back, link possession, and time his runs. When his shots on target fell to 38% during an early dry spell, he did not panic. He adjusted his training drills, focusing on explosive, short-distance movements to beat low defensive blocks. On September 15, 2018, his rigorous preparation broke the drought. He traded raw sprint metrics for elite positioning, securing consecutive Serie A titles in 2019 and 2020. His success proved his winning formula could be transplanted into any league, showing his greatness was entirely transportable. He remained a devastating scorer, redefining his play style to conquer yet another dominant football culture. On August 27, 2021, the romanticism of football took over as he returned to Old Trafford, signing a 2-year contract. It was a homecoming charged with intense global expectation, but nostalgia quickly collided with modern tactical reality. New manager Erik ten Hag demanded a high-pressing system that directly mismatched a 37-year-old striker's physical profile. As playing time dwindled, friction over role and authority escalated. The tension erupted publicly when he refused to enter as a late substitute against Tottenham, sparking heavy media scrutiny. His form suffered, dropping to just 7 goals in 20 appearances. The final break occurred in November 2022 during an explosive interview with Piers Morgan. Alongside the deep personal grief of losing his infant son, he declared he felt betrayed by a club hierarchy that had made zero progress. On November 23, 2022, Manchester United announced a mutual contract termination. Forfeiting £16 million, his departure closed a complicated chapter, proving that even a legendary legacy is vulnerable to the uncompromising pressure of change. On December 30, 2022, Cristiano Ronaldo signed with Al Nassr, securing a record-breaking €200 million annual contract that instantly redrew the map of global football. His arrival reshaped Saudi Arabian sports overnight. Within 3 months of his debut, average weekly viewership for the Saudi Pro League rose 68%, while the league's Instagram following grew from 2 million to 5.5 million. Match-day stadiums filled to capacity as average attendance climbed 84%, rising from 7,800 to over 14,000 spectators per game. Within 18 months, 12 high-profile international players followed his path, migrating to the league to play under his massive cultural influence. Ronaldo proved that his late career value was no longer measured only in goals, but in his absolute power to direct the future of the global game. For all his conquests in Manchester, Madrid, and Turin, the heaviest shirt Cristiano Ronaldo ever wore belonged to Portugal. On July 10, 2016, that national weight peaked in Paris. Stricken by a knee injury in the 25th minute of the European Championship final, his game seemed over. Instead, he took his place on the sideline, limping but unyielding. His voice cut through the stadium noise, commanding his teammates, "Vamos men, keep the fight. The trophy is ours." Goalkeeper Rui Patricio and coach Fernando Santos watched as their captain drove the squad from the technical area, fueling a collective belief that culminated in Eder's dramatic extra-time winner. A second international trophy followed with the 2019 Nations League title, proving this era of success was no fluke. By surpassing Ali Dai's record of 109 goals, Ronaldo established himself as the greatest male international goal scorer in football history, turning his lifelong obsession into his nation's ultimate reward. Today, Ronaldo's legacy transcends trophies. He redefined the very limits of human willpower, proving that destiny is made, not given. The debate over the greatest of all time continues, but his blueprint for greatness is permanent. What does Ronaldo mean to you? Share your thoughts below.